going on there, Bucky boy? How the hell are you? Jim, good to see you. Ooh. From the infield at Daytona, infield at Daytona International Speedway. Not a boy. Oh, fuck, I got fucking cold fingers this morning. I can't get it out. Good morning, Camille. Great to see you, man. Hey, Jim, how's things, man? Is this that thing? Is this a thing? There you go, man. You got your 2 minutes of fucking fame there. Here to kick off this 4-day rock festival. Nice. I would be lying, Buck, if I said I wasn't a little bit jealous. What's going on, Fast Eddie? Good to see you, brother. No sunrise this morning, man. It is absolutely pissing down rain. It is just coming down. We got, there's not even worth looking at. That's what we got. I'm parked in a puddle. The water's pretty much up over the bottom of the wheel wells. That is correct, Camille. Thank you. Everybody do me a favor and hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. If it's not too much trouble, hit that like button. Kind of like that like button myself. I had a really good week. I had a really good week off. What's going on, Ghost? Good to see you, Ter. I had a really good week. I took 6. I've been live in about 7 days. Hunts Point picking up New York. It's all nasty. Jacob, hi from London, UK, sir. Welcome in from London. Welcome in, Jacob. Devil Hunter Gamer. That's a hell of a name. Like that one, man. That's a good handle you got there. Earth and Luna, are you okay? I'm doing great, man. Are you? I'm doing all right. I got nothing to complain about this morning. I do, but you'll never know it. But I had a really good weekend. I call it a weekend because I run my week based on my girl's work schedule. So like I said before, she works 7 on and then she gets 7 off. So when she's off for 7, I don't stream, right? I prioritize my time and my. So, but when she's at work, today's her first day back to work, so we're streaming. Oh, lots of fog up in New York. You have that. No fog here. It's almost impossible. I've never seen Alberta with fog because there's no moisture. So, but like I was saying, had a really good week. 6 days off. It's kind of nice to give the brain and the mouth a break. You know, it really is. You're not fucking killing yourself every single day streaming. I'm just trying to get comfortable. What do? We took a day in Canmore, went to the mountains. That was nice. And there's always all the running around. It's always moist. Mitchie Zer. Fuck, man. Where do you guys come up with these names? Where do you get them from? That's pretty goddamn good. That's not a bad name. And you know what it's like. You know, all the shit that comes in that you got to take care of that you don't take care of during the week. And yeah, so you got to do all that, all the running around, the groceries, the this, the that, the car's got to get tires changed and check in on the truck, make sure the truck's doing all right, and things are going on as planned on that. Never prior. Oh, look at that. that. We got you. Are you gonna say something new? Come on, Jason. Give us something new, right? If you're gonna throw something, like, be new. Give us something else. Like, we're getting sick of this. But thanks. I know, at least I know you're subscribed to me on all your different names. So I'll take the sub and I'll take the view. And do me a favor, Jason, as long as you're in there, hit the thumbs up button for me too, would you? Give yourself a thumbs up on that. Come back with something new, dude. Come back with something new. This one's getting old. This one's getting old. You got to get something good. Give us something we can get our teeth into, right? What teeth? What teeth? They're coming. Don't you worry. They're coming. No, old Breezy, no teeth. Teeth have been out about a year and a bit now. But they'll be, we've been troll hammer activated. Be gentle with something from you there, something there from whatever the fucking name he's got. And be gentle with it's all I got, or all I got is whatever. Like I said, if you're gonna troll, at least be a good troll, right? Really be a good troll. If you have to troll, be a good troll. Like, I don't mean you have to be nice to me or anything, but at least throw something up that's fucking worth our while, right? There's nothing here. Nobody's listening to you. Nobody really gives a rat's ass. So until you come up with something good, you're the best troll? Well, lay it on there, brother. Lay it on there. Is it a little loud? Is it a little loud? Am I a little too loud today? Maybe you're just waking up. I don't know. Exactly. Well, he would never say it to my face. I promise you that. Funny how people do that. All in good time. Well, bring it on. Bring it on, you know. Hey, whatever you got, bring it on. Anyway, he's got his 5 minutes of fame. There you go. No wonder I can't read, eh? Anyway, what's going on, Holler? Good to see you, brother. Damn good to see you. Who you got winning the NBA championship? Big Johnny? I don't have a clue. I don't even know who's in the NBA championship. It is not basketball. The NBA is not something I follow at all. At all. The recipe you shared gave me diarrhea. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, that's not bad. Diarrhea. Stanley Cup. Well, Corey, I'm a bandwagon jumper when it comes to the NHL. So I don't watch it all year long, right? So I know that, and so when the playoffs do hit, it's one of those things where I just say, and I jump on my team, and unfortunately my team is Toronto, and they got their asses fucking handed to them yesterday. I think last time I checked, it was 6-0. So I don't know what the final score was. It was 6-0 Florida, not even for Toronto. So. And this is typical Toronto. They'll get here, 6-1 final. Thanks, Corey. They'll get there, but then they'll fucking choke. Like, if they make it past Florida, I'm absolutely amazed if they make it past Florida. That's okay though, because What's going on, bastard? Good to see you, man. And that's okay. If they lose to Florida, then I'll bandwagon on to Winnipeg or Edmonton. Like I said, I'm just a bandwagon. I don't follow the season all year long. Nothing. I don't even know the friggin' players. I don't know their names. I don't know nothing. But like I said, playoff time, I'll watch it. I don't do that with the NBA. I honestly just learned to play hockey from Prize Picks. There you go, right? Damn good to see you, bastard. You guys not going live this morning? You guys take a break this morning, or did I already miss it? It's 12 minutes after 8 where I'm at. So you guys are 2 hours ahead of me there. So you're about 12 minutes after 10 there. Angry Grandpa was a clone. I knew it. Way to go there, Smiley. You should see when the beard is all. Then it's Angry Grandpa. It's not too bad right now. We've got it all trimmed up, and I actually took the time. This week while I was off, and for the very first time in my life, I went and had like the beard. I went to a what do you call it? Not a barber, but it's a men's salon where you get the beard done, and they do the trim, and they do the shit and the hot cloth, and they clean you up, right? They really clean you up. So I got on that this week and treated myself to that. And I'm like, I've never done it before. And it was like, all right, I can live with this. That's not bad. It was pretty good. Enjoyed myself. Guy was really good. Really good. Although, when he did the head, right, he used a straight edge on the head, right? So he got shaved the head and everything like that. And I was pretty impressed with that. Again, I've never had that done. But then he came down with the straight edge after he finished all that, and he cleans up all this, and then does the cut here and does the cut here, and then he brings the straight edge down to your throat. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not all that big. I'm not all that big on having somebody hold a fucking straight edged razor to my throat. So it was a little unnerving the first couple of, when he's going up. But it wasn't actually that bad. After he got the first couple done and he got, it was pretty good. I actually liked it, actually. And close. Very close. Don, are we talking about hockey or something else? Don, on this channel here, we'll talk about anything you want to talk about. We're going to probably, this isn't going to be a live one because I have an appointment at 10 o'clock this morning. So I've got an hour, about an hour and 45 minutes here. So we're not going to be doing our regular 4 hours today. But I thought I'd just pop in and say good morning just to get it going, to get the week going. This is the beginning of my week. So, we'll talk about anything. We could end up talking about, everything from music to motorcycles to cars to trucks to fucking anything, trolls, whatever you want to talk about. We'll talk, bastard wants to talk about trolls. There we go. Coffee or tea? I drink coffee in the morning, and I've been known to have a cup of tea in the evening. So, I don't mind a cup of tea. I'm not a big fancy tea drinker. I just drink straight, like, Earl Grey tea. Don't smoke, you'll choke. Thanks, Dave. Never heard that. Do you have milk in them? No. I drink my tea black, and I put cream in my coffee, cream and sugar in my coffee. I'm going surfing here on the beach in California, so I'm going. Bye. Hey, man, I'm jealous. There you go. There you go. I would love to be, I don't surf, but I'll be happy to sit on a beach in California, right? I'll be happy to sit on a fucking beach anywhere right now. It's like 2 degrees here. So we're a little 2 degrees Celsius. So we're about, what's that, about 35 35 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're a little chilly here today. It's cold. And the wind is just blowing. Like, I don't know the cameras moving, but the car is, damn. Oh, let it go, Buck. Let it go. Let it go. It's fucking harmless. He's entertaining himself just so he can see his own name on there. You know, it's not a big deal, really. Let it go, buddy. Thank you, but let it go. How old am I? I'm 55. 55 years old. Xavier, exactly. Exactly. There are about 7,000 things on the list of things that are going to kill me before a cigarette or a cigar will. Let me tell you. 72 in North Carolina this morning. I'd take that. Holler, I'd take 72. Flatbed, damn good to see you, boy. How the hell are you? You look 65, BRB? Well, thanks. 55 looking 65, feeling 45. How's that? Exactly. Exactly. Live your life. Live your life. You know, I got more important shit to do than really worry about fucking lung cancer at this point. A cheeseburger from Macca's is more unhealthy than cigarette. Well, it's funny, right? Like, diabetes, and sick bastard if he's still here. Diabetes will in the United States kills more people than lung cancer does, right? But if I was sitting here eating a Snickers bar, none of you would say a fucking word. But if I smoke a cigarette, everybody gets on, oh my God, smoking's bad for you. I have a better chance of dying from diabetes than I do from smoking cancer. Xavier, exactly. Exactly. Even cars kill more people than smoking does. Moto, damn good to see you. How the hell are you? I just said to us sick. Like, are you guys not going live this morning? Usually about this time, you guys are kicking a live off there. Vape is for fancy mini skirts. I vaped a while ago, but nah. I've been getting crazy. Oh, hold on, I gotta catch that. What? I've been getting crazy urges to smoke lazy. Don't do it. If you've already quit, bastard, don't do it. If you were eating a Snickers bar, I would say something like, yo, can I have a piece? Exactly, right? But you light a cigarette or a cigar, and people lose their minds, right? Considering what I should haul, I went by the Toxic Avenger. Was a cool comic anyways. I thought you hauled hazmat. I thought that was your thing. I thought that's what you did. Don't insult my mini skirt. Good morning, Kiersey. Sweetheart, how are you this morning? I was laying in bed last night watching your Why You Left Prime video. Interesting. Good luck to you. I hope your journey continues to be good and profitable. And obviously, don't say the company that you're going to, but good luck with that. Hopefully, that works out for you. You know. I really do hate moving companies. I hate moving my truck from one company to another, usually because it's not a quick process as an owner-operator. As a company driver, maybe it's a little better, a little faster. You can jump from one company to the other, but I try to stay where I am. Like I was with DeckX and TransX. I was with them for almost 15 years. KBD all told in, I was there for about 8 years. ET, I was there for 3.5 years. So you know what? It's one of those that I try to get my roots down wherever I'm working, and I suggest that for anybody. Don't, especially in this market right now, don't be fooled by an extra 2 cents a mile. You know, if you're making 50 as example, if you're making 55 cents a mile, and somebody over here is offering you 57 cents a mile, it's not worth the jump, right? It's not worth the jump. If you're an owner operator and you're making $1.70 a mile and somebody's offering you $1.85, yeah, you look at that, right? You do. You look at that, but you don't look at 2 cents or 3 cents a mile jump. I understand. I understand, Kiersey, that you took actually a pay cut. But you know what? I would too. And I have. What I'm doing now, or the company I'm going with, I will be taking a pay cut. But you know what? The pay cut for me is worth it, considering my cost of living is now substantially lower, and I'm willing to take a pay cut for peace of mind and for less stress. What's your stress level worth? What's your peace of mind worth? I remember drivers making 17 cents a mile. I think the very first company job on the highway, because the very first company job I had was local, so I was paid by the hour, and I think it was something in the area of about 12 or 13 bucks an hour. But I think the very first OTR job when I finally went out on the highway, I think the first time it was about 21 or 22 cents a mile way back then. Peace of mind ain't worth shit. Well, Michael, I disagree. Peace of mind to me is worth a lot, and I'm willing to pay for it. 5 cents a mile? 5 cents a mile cut, yeah. Health car and door-to-door miles. Yeah, you were saying that, eh? A lot of companies, especially up in Canada, they're guilty of that, right? They go zip code to zip code. So if you add that up over the span of, say, a month, you're probably going to run an extra 300 to 350, maybe depending, 400 miles in a month that you're not getting paid for, right? Now, as an owner-operator, I hate that. And companies up here are guilty of that. They go zip code, or we call them area codes, but say area code to area code or zip code to zip code. I prefer to be paid hub miles or door-to-door miles. That's the best way to do things. So you're actually paid. So if I understand, Kiersey, that you were getting, zip code to zip code, so you were losing those, but you're going to make it up. You're going to make up that 5 cents a mile, when you go, zip or door to door. So you're probably not really going to take a pay cut anyway. Yeah, 5 cents. 5 cents is not that hard to make up. Don't worry about the money. Do what makes you happy, and money will take care of it. Exactly, hauler. Exactly. You know what? If you're doing it if you're in trucking just for money, don't do it. You'll be chasing that dollar. You'll be chasing that dollar forever. My first OTR job was 25 cents a mile. That's disgusting when you think about that, eh, flatbed? 25 cents a mile. I think I was 21 or 22 cents a mile. And we were happy to get it back then, right? We were happy to get it back then. And the owner of the company used to give you an envelope on Monday morning when you left. He'd give you an envelope, and it had about $400 in cash in it. And that's what we were paying with our fuel. We didn't have fuel cards. Try like nine. Oh, so you figured it out. You're down about $9,000 in miles a year difference at Prime. Yeah, big difference. Big difference. Well, you're a big girl, and you've got your big girl panties on, and you know what you're doing. You don't need any advice from any of us. You've been doing this long enough. You're very smart. You're seasoned now. You can consider yourself a veteran trucker. You're going to do what makes the most sense for you, dollars and cents wise, and peace of mind and work wise and home time and that balance in life, you're going to do what's best for you. You don't need anything from us, but all I'm saying to you is good luck. And first of all, congratulations on the new job and good luck. If kids born in 1948, when Israel first became a nation, again, will live many more years. That's how long a generation can live and not die. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Now I get 65 cents a mile. Yeah, but, okay, flatbed, without telling us how old you are, what is the year gap between making 25 cents a mile and 65 cents? So how many years ago was it, flatbed, that you were making 25 cents a mile? You started hauling fuel for $8 an hour. Are you kidding me? For $8 an hour, dude? For $8 an hour, I'd just say fuck it and blow myself up. Hourly, they started 8 to 9 cents per hour. Top pay was 11 to 12 in the 90s. But this is Texas. East Coast paid more. There you go. What do I think the threshold income in your country? Study with me. I don't have a goddamn clue what the threshold income is. I think like minimum wage in the because minimum wage varies in different provinces in Canada, right? I'm a Canadian, so I'm in Canada, but I think the minimum wage in this province is $15 an hour, and that's well below the minimum threshold. I think you have to be able to, if you're a single person, man or woman, and you're living by yourself, I think you'd have to be minimum to be able to pay your rent or mortgage, your car, whatever, all your living expenses. You got to be making a minimum of like $28 an hour and be working probably 50 hours a week, right? There's if you do the math on that, anything less than that, just rent where I live is, minimum, you're looking minimum $1,500 to $1,800 for like a little shoebox to live in. 11 years. So 11 years ago, you were making 25 cents a mile, and now you're making, you got ripped off 11 years ago, dude. 11 years ago, you were making 25 cents a mile. That's, eek. CR, I'm assuming that's CR England, paid 27 cents a mile in 2015. That's fucking gross, Kiersey. That's disgusting. So that's like 10 years ago. Same with flatbed. 11 years ago, went from 25 cents a mile to 65 cents a mile. And I know that in Ontario, there's flatbed companies in Ontario that are paying upwards of 86 cents a mile. Now, mind you, that's Canadian. So when you're saying you're making, 27 cents a mile in 2015, if it was converted to today, that's probably about 39 cents a mile Canadian. The dollar value is much different. So when I say there's flatbed drivers in Ontario making, 85, 86 cents a mile, that's probably equivalent to about 60 cents a mile US. I think in 2015, I know exactly where I was and who I was working for in 2015. I was making, as an owner-operator, I was making $1.32 a mile. But I only made $1.32 on loaded miles. All my empty miles, I was paid $1.05. And that was in 2015. And that was with KBD. And when I left KBD, I was making $1.55 a mile loaded, $1.25 a mile empty, but we got paid for all of our extras, like just to go open the doors. Like if you're pulling a van, just to open the doors, you got $30. So if you had, 5 drops, right? That's a 250 bucks. Sorry, not 250 bucks, right? Um, that's 150 bucks just to open the door. So one trip you can do 2 days, you'll make an extra 150 bucks, and then you reload down at the other end. That's another fucking 30 bucks. And then, you bring it back up to Ontario or wherever you're delivering in Canada. That's another 30 bucks. So they pay you for that. And they were very, 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 very good about paying you by the hour. Once your 2 hours was up, at 2 hours and 1 minute, you were getting paid. So they were very good about that. And they paid, like, our insurance was pennies compared to what most other companies were paying for the owner operators. They paid our plates, they paid our stickers. We paid a very small portion of our insurance. So we were able to do very well, especially when you were working on, miles, when you were in excess of 3,000 miles a week. It's really good. It's really good. Banana Juice, love the name. Nice white beard. Thank you. Thank you very much. Why are you bashing my brilliant economic plans? Well, you need to work harder. You're not working hard enough. Keep it going. $8 was good for 2002. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 2002, $8 an hour. I had a newborn daughter and was looking for something to grow with. Company paid healthcare and everything. Well, that's another thing, right? That's another thing. If you look at it, and I was in the same boat, right? And the same with the company I'm going to. It's the same boat. If they're paying your healthcare, right? That's a major expense. So if they're paying your health care and they're paying your out of country insurance and they're paying all that kind of stuff, and a lot of that can be negotiated. That if you add that into your salary or into your mile rate per mile, you, instead of making $1.55 a mile, you're probably closer to about $1.67, $1.65 to $1.67 a mile, right? And then you add in all your picks and your drops, and you're up over $1.80 a mile. So it's not it's not always necessary just to look at the cents per mile you're getting. Look at anything else that they're throwing. If you're getting free, if they're paying your medical and they're paying your out of country and they're paying, they're picking up the cost for other things, calculate what that it would cost you, and then add that in on a cents per mile basis on what you're doing and what your rate is. It'll take you from, say, like I said, $1.55 up to probably closer to about $1.80, $1, and then your fuel surcharge as an owner operator, right? Because I got 100% of my fuel surcharge. The company was very, very good. A lot of Canadian companies up here they'll promise you 100% of the fuel surcharge, but what they don't tell you is it's 100% of the fuel surcharge of what they collect, right? A lot of businesses up here won't pay the full fuel surcharge. They'll go, well, if you want to pull my freight, you're going to do it for $2.20 a mile, and we're only paying 55% or 60% of the fuel surcharge for that week. And then the company will pass on the 55% to you. Well, KBD didn't do that. Whatever the fuel surcharge was, right? If it was 75%, whatever, or based on cents per mile, if you convert it to cents a mile, they would give that to you, 100% of it, and the company would actually eat the loss of whatever they didn't collect from the. A lot of companies up here don't do that, and that's one of the things when you're moving companies in Canada, you really got to watch for stuff like that. I'm not always so much concerned about my cents per mile, right? I will take a cents per mile pay cut based on, region that I'm living in, but I will also look at, okay, the few. There we go. There we go. My apologies. A phone call came in and just killed the stream. So what I was saying is when I add up all of that and then I put the fuel surcharge on top of that, I was very easily running around with loaded miles. I was running around somewhere at about 275 a mile. 275 a mile for all my loaded miles, and I was probably at about 235 to 240 depending, right? So even on my empty miles, I was still running it better than $2 a mile. If you can bank anything better than $2 a mile, you're doing very well in this business right now, right? In this business right now, anything, a lot of guys right now, after all of their expenses and everything like that, they're running around right now at like 90 cents a mile. And it's like, I don't know how you're paying your bills at 90 cents a mile, right? My rate would come out to about, let's say if you average it, the empty miles, the loaded miles, it would come out somewhere at about, let's just average it, say about 250 a mile for everything. It cost me 69 cents a mile to run the truck, right? So that's taking all of my fixed costs, everything, all my fixed costs, including my salary, right? So that includes my salary. I don't pay myself separately. I'm an incorporated business, so I pay myself a salary out of that business. So all of my fixed costs would come to that, and that's what it costs to run the truck. So if you're only making 90 cents a mile, you're not making enough, right? One check engine light will wipe you out. When am I going to oil up? We're not oiling up today, man. I remember making $3.74 per hour, and Clinton signed some bill that was going to raise minimum wage to $5 an hour, and we all thought we were going to be rolling in coin. Yeah, funny, eh? I don't know I know the minimum wages in the United States are ridiculous in some of the states. Like I said, the minimum wage in Ontario, where I used to live, I think is 17 or 18 bucks an hour. The minimum wage here in Alberta, I think, is 15 and change. So it's 17 something. Let's say 17.30 or 17.50 there. I think in Alberta, the minimum wage is 15 and change, whatever it is. Like, you can't live on it. You can't live on it. Even two people, let's say a husband and a wife, both making 15 bucks an hour. So you're running 30 bucks an hour. You're scraping the bottom of the barrel, right? You're scraping the bottom of the barrel. You're not really doing all that great. And you're working hard. More than likely, you're working hard. Nowadays, too many people are getting licenses, and not only that, but our politicians have made less of truckers that get paid less. Agreed. Now it's I saw something that they just passed, and I think it's federal in Canada, and I think it might include the U.S. that from now on, speaking English as a truck driver is mandatory. If they pull you over and you cannot speak and communicate properly in English to the situation with the officer or the DOT, the MTO, you will be put out of service. And this is a huge, huge thing for this industry. Okay, this industry needs this more than anything right now. Because one of the biggest problems we've got is tractor trailers, people, guys having accidents, even if it's not their fault, right? If they get out of the truck and they can't speak a word of English, how are you operating that vehicle? You can't speak it, you can't read it, you don't understand it. How do you operate a vehicle? Like you're running around the U.S. and Canada, and the signs are all in English until you get to Quebec, and then you're into French. So unless if you don't know French, you're fucked. If you don't know English, you're majorly fucked, because English is the major language in both Canada and the U.S. So they've made it now that if you cannot, and I think it's at the officer's discretion, they will put you out of service. Good morning, Stephanie. Good to see you. They'll put you out of service, and you will take points, and you will, and I think it even falls back on the carrier as well, right? I think it now falls back on the carrier as well. So the driver will take points and will be ticketed and will be put out of service. The truck will be put out of service. And then I think the carrier will also take a penalty for that as well. And this is absolutely huge. I don't know if it's being enforced 100% in the U.S., But Canada-wide, fantastic. We need this so bad. We need this so bad. I guarantee you, there's a Husky truck stop fucking 2 miles from here. 2 miles from where I'm sitting, there's a Husky truck stop. And I promise you, I could go up and start banging on doors and going, hey, how's it going, like that? And some of the guys are going to look at me like I'm speaking Martian. I don't know. These days we treat minimum wage workers like the same as homeless. Well, you know what, Slick? If you're making minimum wage, you're going to be homeless, right? You can't live. The only way you could maybe make it on minimum wage is if you're working 50 hours a week, so you're getting a little bit of overtime, but you're renting a room somewhere, right? You're renting a room somewhere for whatever, and that includes all of your shit, like all of your utilities, your crap, and all. So but I know that you can rent a room, and it's going to cost you $800, $700 to $800 a month, right? So if you're making $15 or say $15.50 an hour, how are you able to fucking even afford $800 a month? You'll be eating, you'll be eating ramen noodles. That's the only way to do that. T21, good to see you, man. Awesome, good to see you. Send them all back. Well, that's not the RMs. That's not the answer. We can't just send them all back. But I think because I've got friends that are Indian, Pakistani, from Afghanistan, and these guys are awesome truck drivers. I'd run down the fucking highway with any of them any day of the week, day, night, weather, doesn't fucking matter. But when you get into they don't speak English, they don't read or write English, they don't understand, English, that I got a serious problem with. And it's frustrating as shit. And it's not helping the rest of us. How many times you've been standing at the driver's window at a shipper or receiver and the guy in front of you doesn't speak a lick of fucking English and he's trying to pick up a load or he's trying to deliver a load and you're standing there for fucking 20 minutes and you see the poor girl behind the counter, she's getting frustrated. Like, what do you want? Right? Now, that's just a small part of it. Now, take that and put him in a truck, right? Put him in a commercial vehicle and he's got, he's 80,000 pounds. He's doing 65 miles an hour. And, there's construction signs, lane ending signs, this sign, that sign, whatever. And he doesn't know, oblivious, completely oblivious, right? Darius, how did they get there without knowing English? Well, here, get a load of this, okay? In Canada, and this happened to me because we have to rewrite our license, our commercial driver's license. We have to rewrite the test every 3 years. So, and now it's done on computer, right? It's no more of the paper and all that shit. You go in, they direct you to a cubicle and you are isolated and, well, you're not really isolated, but, so as I'm walking to my cubicle, there's a couple of Indian guys. I'm saying they're Indian. They could be Indian, whatever. They could be any whatever from over there. But they're allowed to write the test in their language, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I think that's going to stop too, because if they're going to start enforcing the you must speak English laws on the road, they're going to have to enforce the same laws and apply the same laws to the guys that are writing their tests. You can't go and write a fucking test in Indian or Pakistani or whatever country you're from and then come out and apply those rules or those languages out on the road. It doesn't work that way. And then when I asked the lady about it, because, the screen had all the questions, but it was in whatever language. It was like scribble, right? Like hieroglyphics for all I know. I don't know what the hell it says. And I asked the lady, and she goes, "It's the way the rules are. They can come in, and I think they get a choice of 12 different languages that they can. English and French are a given because Canada's bilingual, right? I got no problem with that. Most of the French people in Canada, not all, but most of the French people in Canada can speak, fairly good English, or they can get by with the English. Funny enough, most of the English in Canada can't speak a lick of French, and I'm one of them. But I think they get 12. It might be 10, but I think it's 12, and they can write it in Swahili, Punjabi, fucking whatever. So that's going to have to stop. That's going to have to stop. Too bad. I'll just sell my weed, and I'm a hood mechanic that works at AutoZone. You know what? What you do to make a living these days, nobody can fault you for with today's day and age. Nobody can fault you one single bit. If you're making a little bit of grease on the side, slick, go get it. Go get it. Unless you're prostituting fucking young girls, or you're doing something like that, you know what? I don't fault anybody that, you know, if you're doing the best you can in life, and, you know, you're working a $15 an hour job, and you're constantly looking and trying to better yourself, and you're trying and it's just fucking not there. But you need to, you know, you're selling weed on the side. Fuck it. Knock yourself out, man. Knock yourself out. The English proficiency makes me nervous. My southern ears have a hard time understanding people from the northern states. I struggle with certain accents. I'm okay with the French accents. I'm pretty good with, I can understand what they're trying to say to me when they're speaking English. And most of them are good guys and girls out here on the road, and they do their best. I struggle personally with some of the Indian accents. If they're talking a little too fast in English, I'll struggle with that. And it's like, hold on, well, slow the fuck down. Like, what are you saying here? You know, what are you saying? Just tell me what you want. Tell me what you're trying to express, but slow it down, because I don't have an idea what to say. I would do that to other girls, not the young ones. You know what? It's like, start pimping out the grannies. Love Bug, good to see you. How are you doing? What's your thought on Senator Mike Oxlong proposed to bring more refugees from Pakistan? No. But I retired. That life is good. No, do not. Same in Canada. There should be a freeze on bringing any more people into the country until we get our country sorted out. You can't just keep, you know, the country down here can't be a mess, and you're just pouring more and more mess on top of it. You can't do that. You can't do that. The country will never straighten itself out. You know, if they're bringing in, and I basically, they call them refugees, and that's how they justify to the Canadian and American people. But they're refugees. They need a safe haven. They need a place to go. They need, you know what? Unfortunately, we've probably got as many fucking refugees, Canadian refugees, that were born here and raised here, that are living on the street, that are homeless, that are fucking starving, that need medical attention. Let's take care of them first. Let's take care of all of them first. And then, you know, once that's leveled out, and once we've got that taken care of, or we got a good firm grip on that, then let's help out some more and bring some. They're just bringing refugees in for dollars. That's all it is. And they're buying support, right? Liberals are buying support. And I think the U.S. is doing the same thing. They don't need the manpower. They don't need to bring, like, immigration was originally designed to bring in manpower, because the economy of Canada or the U.S. couldn't sustain itself with the population that it had. So they allowed more immigrants to come in at certain times, and this and that, and that's how it was originally set up. Now, it doesn't matter that, you know, there's fucking, I don't know what the unemployment rate is, but let's say the unemployment rate is at 38% or fucking whatever. It doesn't matter. They'll just keep piling them in here, right? Oh, we'll get them work. We'll get them this. We'll get them that. But until these people start working or get out into the workforce or get educated and then go into the workforce, they're relying on our social services and draining the coffer, the federal coffer, whether it be U.S. or Canada. You know, they're draining, and that's a drain on us. Those are our tax dollars that are going to re-educate them, home them, feed them. And like I said, we've got enough people in Canada walking the street, you know, fucking homeless, jobless, whatever. Let's get them working, let's get them taken care of, and then and only then bring in some more, right? Because Canada is no different than the U.S., right? Your population in the U.S. is what, 346 million, whatever the fuck it is. You guys cannot sustain, in good economic times, you don't have enough workforce to sustain your country and bring the tax dollars and the revenue in that the federal government needs to run the country. You just don't have the people. Canada has 47 million people in it. There's not enough people here to sustain us. We do rely on immigration. But if it's not done properly, like they're not doing, well then first video today, just wow. Hope we didn't scare you away, Abby. Hope we didn't scare you away. MGR, Jesus Christ is King. Thank you for that. Nick Fuentes for president. Dude, right about now, I don't know what to think. And I'm not going to make comments. Oh, it's pissing down rain here, Stephanie. And the wind. I don't know if you can hear the wind. I've got the window open a crack, but the wind is just absolutely... The car is doing one of these. I think the camera is holding it steady, but I'm not going to make comments on what's going on with old Trumpy Trump. Again, I'm Canadian, so it really doesn't make a big difference. Well, it does make a big difference. That's a lie. That's a total bullshit lie. Sorry. What Trumpy Trump does make an economic difference to us up here in Canada. But I think right now we need to focus on what our new prime minister, which is basically the same as the old prime minister. We've got a new face, same bullshit. So we'll see. But we need to focus on keeping him honest on some of the shit that he's promised. And that's where I think he's going to fail and hurt himself terribly. He made some big fucking promises. I would like to see him keep those. What do you think about the fentanyl epidemic? Thank God. All I'm going to say, Greg, is thank God they didn't have fentanyl when I was drugging. That's all I could. I'd have been dead. I'd have been dead. Fentanyl is just off the hook. There's good and bad about fentanyl. The good thing is that it's a manufactured chemical drug. It's not something like weed that comes out of the ground. The problem is that it's in everything. They lacing it into the weed. They put it in your hash. It can be laced and cut with anything. I'm not sure what the federal government's agencies, the drug enforcement, the drug enforcement agency in the U.S. or what the drug enforcement agency, I don't know what their plan is. They keep talking, right? They keep talking. Trumpy Trump keeps talking, saying, oh, the fentanyl is pouring in from Canada. And then he turned around and said, no, actually it isn't. There's more fentanyl coming out of the U.S. going into Canada. I know that it's killing people. You can go to Vancouver and Victoria and just watch the results of it. They're just dropping dead fucking daily on the corners, street corners. It is an absolutely fucking killer drug. Like I said, I'm glad I wasn't around. It wasn't around. We need to get out of Ukraine, and that's both countries. GIK, both countries, Canada and the US. I don't know what the number is, GI, but I guarantee you, go look it up. It's got to be out there somewhere. Somebody can look it up. How many trillions of dollars the US has thrown into the Ukraine? And you're never getting that money back. Ever. It's not coming back. That wasn't a loan. They're putting it off as loans or in trade. What are you fucking trading with the Ukraine, right? What are you trading with the Ukraine to get whatever, $5 trillion back? That's never going to happen. Same with Canada. I think we're over $1 trillion now that we've pumped out over there. That's $1 trillion. First of all, it's $1 trillion that we didn't even have, right? But now it's $1 trillion we're never going to see. Nathan Brown, good to see you. Join America. No. San Pedro, Canada needs to get rid of these BS mofos. Agreed. We need to keep sending billions to the Ukraine. Do you like living fucking homeless? Do you like living fucking paycheck to paycheck? Do you like watching your money? This is your money. This isn't the government's money, right? Oh, we sent $20 billion of federal funding. No. That's how they wrap it, right? What they're actually saying is we just sent $20 billion of your money to the Ukraine. How do you like that? Right? But it's how they say it and how they wrap it up all pretty and tell, well, we've got X amount of dollars in federal money for this. We got federal money for that. We've got da-da-da-da-da. People, it's your money. It doesn't matter, U.S. or Canada. Anytime the federal government is spending fucking money on overseas endeavors, it's your money. Yours. It would be nice if you could just turn the bank machine off, eh? You know, just turn the bank machine off. Go, no. Sorry, Mr. President, we don't want to send $2 billion over today. Wait till Monday, right? Wait till we all get paid first. Nice pinner. Sheila, it's just a cigarette. Fentanyl has actually been around here many years. People just use other methods, but when that came out into the market, it surely made a blast around our children. Absolutely agreed. Absolutely agreed. It's not my generation that's paying for that's taking the beating from fentanyl. It's my kids' generation, and maybe it's gonna my grandkids, depending, generation, or your grandkids, depending on how old you are. Yeah, there's people like that, my age and my generation. Yeah, we'll smoke weed. They got coke habits, whatever. But fentanyl hasn't really pounded the shit out of the 55 to 75-year-old demographic. It is really ripping the absolute hell out of, between, I guess, probably the teenagers, probably up to about 35 or 40-year-olds. Human life has no value to the government. That's a very good point. It's a very good point, because we are all looked at as numbers, right? You have a social security number. That's who you are. In Canada, we have social insurance numbers. It's the same fucking thing, right? So that's who I am. I am just a fucking number. You are just a number. That's all you are. They don't, and as long as when you do your taxes, at the bottom of your tax, it shows that you've paid your proper amount of tax, they'll leave you alone. But if you owe, believe me, they're coming for you. Stephanie agreed. Absolutely. The numbers are boggling, right? The numbers are absolutely boggling when you think about the amount of money. When I was a kid, you used to you hear the word million. That guy has $1 million. He's a millionaire. He's worth $2 million. And we used to be, oh my God, it's fucking awesome. It's like $1 million, back in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. That was unheard of, right? Nowadays, I can stand on the roof of this car and throw a rock in any direction and hit a millionaire, right? Fuck, millionaires are everywhere. Now we're talking billionaires. There are people now, billionaires. There's people now that are trillionaires. And the number, the amount of, all it is just, they just keep adding fucking zeros. 3 more zeros, right? Million, 6 zeros. Billion, 9 zeros. Trillion, 12 zeros. They just keep adding 3 zeros to the end of the fucking number. It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling to think that, the United States has sent, I don't know what the number is, again, how many trillions of dollars overseas. How are you going to fucking get that back? And where did it come from? Your economy can't support that. So where did first of all, where did the money go and who's spending? Like, I would love to be on the receiving end of, open my mailbox and there's a check for fucking $3 trillion, courtesy of Uncle Sam. That would be awesome. Fucking trucking. That's how they wrapped it up. That's how they sold it. Well, we're just sending whatever to the Ukraine, and we're gonna take it as credit, and we're gonna give them basically a line of credit, a $3 trillion line of credit. But what do you think? That you think the president of the Ukraine is sitting at his desk this morning going, okay, Pay the light bill, check. Okay, we paid the, oh fuck, look at the hydro, it's a little high this month. Okay, pay the hydro, check. US debt, 3 trillion. Okay, let's pay $200 of that, check. Like, really, it's fucking ridiculous, right? It's really ridiculous. Billion is 12, not 9. Is it 12? My apologies, Darius. My apologies. It's Darius, think about it this way. I apologize for being wrong, but when you get up into that many fucking zeros, who cares? Right? Really, who fucking cares? What's going on, dog? I saw you sent me a text, but obviously I can't look at it right now, but Ukraine line of credit is more like the mineral rights, which is more. Yeah, fuck. Do you really, really think you're going to get your hands on those mineral rights? I don't know, dog. I don't know. In the long run. Well, yeah, so but here you go, okay? The federal government is hedging on the long game here, right? They're hedging and they're betting on the long game here. So they're gambling. They don't know. There's not a single fucking economist in the United States or Canada that knows what's going to happen. Even if they say they do, they don't. Bullshit, okay? So they're gambling. It's a gamble. It's like the fucking, and the house always wins. And the house ain't the U.S. fucking, the dollar in the U.S. Long game is always the play. In a lot of aspects, in trucking, in life, and certain things, yeah, I agree. But when you're dealing with foreign countries and foreign money and foreign economies, dude, no way. No fucking way would I gamble on that. Would I actually go, okay, I've got, we're going to send $3 trillion worth of U.S. taxpayer money over there, hoping 10 years from now we get a return on that with the mineral rights. Not a chance in hell. Not a fucking chance. I would not gamble on that at all. I'd keep the money in the bank and take care of the country. Fact is, U.S. or Canada does not have the mineral needed. So there has to be a place somewhere. Canada has a better chance of surviving that than the U.S. does. We've got we've got minerals up here that we've got gold, silver, we've got fucking huge aluminum. We've got natural resources up here. Some of them aren't even tapped yet. Right, we are the I think the third or fourth. I think it's the fourth largest producer of oil in the world. Like, we've got 47 million people in the country. We don't have, we've got more oil than we got fucking people, for fuck's sakes. The U.S., your minerals down there you guys are a lot. So yeah, you are forced maybe to go elsewhere, but you don't have to go. You don't take $3 or whatever trillion and gamble it in the Ukraine, who's in a war with Russia. That's not going to happen. Let's just say, for instance, Russia finally gets their shit together and walks over the Ukraine and takes it. Where are your mineral rights? You're going to go knocking on Putin's door going, excuse me, I'm sorry, we've got a 10-year fucking lease or whatever on these mineral rights. We'd like them, please. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I agree. The gamble is not a smart play. It's not. It's not. Especially Johnny, when you've got so many more pressing problems in your own country. Right? The U.S. has the U.S. population, the people of the country have way more problems than probably even fucking know where that money could be put to better use. What do you think if the federal government turned around right now and they sunk that $3 trillion into the American infrastructure or the American economy or the American blah blah blah? What do you think that would do for you guys? That would be good. Jester Hyro, how do I feel about Carney? I feel about Carney about the same as I did about Trudeau. Okay, it's going to be a wait and see what this idiot decides he's going to do, or if he's going to keep his promises. That I will give him that for now. But over the big picture with Carney, no. If he was drowning in my swimming pool, the only way I'd save his life is to take my foot off his head. He's an idiot. He's just a new face on a bad situation. They took Trudeau out and put another face in. Same Trudeau, same policy, same party. If you look at he announced all his cabinet yesterday. It's all the same fucking idiots. Krista Freeland is the fucking minister of what, transportation? That fucking woman couldn't ride a bike. Never mind fucking be the minister of transportation. It's like, oh my God, I'm dying to see what she comes up with. But it was Mark Carney and it was Krista Freeland that were feeding Trudeau all the bad policies, the carbon tax, this hike, that big policy. That. So it's all the same fucking people doing the same fucking thing. What do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? I'm not holding my breath. I'd like to, but I'm not going to hold my breath. We want manufacturing back in the U.S., and that will make major funding. There is a whole infrastructure that needs to be repaired. Roads, bridges, power lines, everything. Everything. Long game equals shit, kick the can. You got it. Never meant to be a conclusion. Push everyone down the road until the new subject has you forgotten the last important subject. Exactly. Right? It's watch the left hand so you don't see what the right hand is doing. Have you ever done meth or cocaine? Aaron, I've never done meth. Never done meth. I'm a recovered drug addict. So what does that tell you? Right? What does that tell you? I'm a recovered drug addict. So, yeah, I had a little fun with cocaine and crack. A little too much fun. But I'm recovered. I'm a recovered addict now. USA does not produce the steel or aluminum needed. No, they don't. And dog, we spoke about this the other day, and it's one of those situations where I was saying that, you know, after World War II kicked the American economy like right in the ass, and you guys were booming, right? You guys, the United States was the global powerhouse of manufacturing. You built everything. You built great things, big things, monstrous things. Fucking if it was there, you built it. And then the 70s and 80s came along, and there was a couple of recessions and everything like that. And a couple of the companies started outsourcing, and then a couple more started outsourcing. And now it's to the point where just about everything, not everything, but just about everything in the US and in Canada, in some instances, is outsourced. We don't make anything. You don't build anything. You know, we are a consumer country. We consume everything. It's all made in China, Taiwan, Philippines, fucking Japan, whatever. Made in Japan, whatever. It's made over there, and we bring it in and we consume it. And then when we're done with it, we go throw it over our shoulder and we're done with it. One thing I can say about Trump, and I'm hoping Carney gets on the same fucking page in this aspect, is he's trying to force the hand of a lot of those big companies that left, right? Went overseas, went to Mexico, whatever, and he's forcing them to come back, right? He's making it too expensive. If you took your business and you shipped it over to China, and Trump is now trying to force those companies to come back, and by doing that, he's doing it with tariffs. He's trying to make it way too expensive for you to do business over there and bring your products in. And in turn, these companies are going to go, holy fuck, okay, let's go reopen that plant in Pennsylvania, or let's go reopen that plant in West Virginia, and that's what he's trying to do, right? And for that, I'll give him props. He's trying to do it, and he might actually pull that off. And America gives those manufacturing jobs to migrants, so we can keep things built for dirt cheap. Well, that's another reason. That's another reason they'll bring immigration in, because an immigrant will work for less money than, say, you or I would. At this point now, I think the Canadian people, doesn't matter if you're born and raised here or if you're an immigrant and you're just getting here, go to fucking work, right? Nobody in this economy right now, anybody, Canada or the US, nobody should be going, I'm not doing that job. Fuck that. You know what? Go get that fucking job. Do the shitty job. But keep looking for something else, but at least do something. It's better to do something than to sit at home and do nothing. What's going on, Tyke? My boy, guess what? I'm getting paid £180 a day for drinking beer. It could be worse. It could be worse. Tyke is in the house. There we go, taking care of some business. I fixing to start kicking people. You know what, Johnny? It's just the way it is. I hate to say it. I hate to fucking say it. I know people personally that there's a fucking job over there paying $20 an hour, and he's going, I'm not doing that fucking job. Fuck that. Not a fucking chance. And he will sit at home on his fucking couch, on his phone, fucking around all day, making nothing. Right? Making nothing. So it's one of those things. It's like, man, you know what? Fuck that. What's the maximum sentence you can get for calling a smoke the N-word? Why are you calling a smoke the N-word to start with? Mario, good to see you. Thanks for coming in here. KFC, bye-bye. You know, you got to get original, a little more original with your bullshit. You know, you really got to get more original with your bullshit. If you're gonna write the N-word down the screen, like, what do you think's gonna happen? You're gonna get your 2 minutes of fucking, oh, here we go again, Taco Bell, hit it. On top of that, he spelt it wrong. You know what? He spelt it wrong. If you're going to come in and do shit like that, at least, you know, use proper spelling. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Don't breathe. Stop breathing then. Fast food companies don't care anymore. Look at this. You can't even spell it right. If you're going to spell it, at least fucking spell it right before you get deleted, for Christ's sake. Damn. I don't know what to think. Sometimes I don't know what to think. I really don't. With the economy these days, and with the trucking business these days, and with the industry, and just the general, not just the trucking business, just working in general, right? Just working in general is just fucking off the hook right now. People are not wanting to work. People are not wanting to, but they're going to complain. Here's all I'm going to say about this, okay? If you're not willing to go and do that $15, $17, $18 an hour job, if you're not willing to go and do that, then you have no right to complain. None whatsoever. You don't have the right to complain. Same with voting. If you're going, oh, I'm not going to vote, fuck this, it doesn't make any difference anyway. If you don't vote and get your one single vote in, you don't have the right to complain about the politics that are going on around you, because your vote would have counted for something. It gives you that right. That we have that right as Canadians and Americans to vote. That's our voice. That's what we have to put out there. And if you don't do that, if you don't vote, or in this case here, if you don't go to work, and you're just going to sit on your couch, and you're going to sit there, and you're going to fucking just collect unemployment and drain the system and da-da-da-da-da. You don't have the right at all to complain about what's going on around you. You know what? If you're out there killing it at a $15 an hour job and you're killing yourself and you're working hard, and, you know, then you've got a right to maybe gripe and bitch about, right? Absolutely. But if same with voting, if you don't vote, you don't have the right. So don't complain. I hate fucking Carney. Well, you know what? Did you vote for him? Oh, I didn't vote. Well, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. If you hate Carney, and you didn't vote, that's on you. That's on you. Carney probably wouldn't have won if more people fucking voted. Really. Love Supreme 92. Love the name. Love the name. I know zero Americans that will go pick oranges or pick vegetables in the sun all day. Most Americans wouldn't even do construction jobs. You know what? Hey, dude, it's the same. Aaron, it's the same in Canada as in the U.S. I'll make you uncomfortable. Damn it, man. Good to see you, Robin. Hopefully you're doing well, man. You're up and around, feeling good about yourself. Manitoba and Ontario now have free interprovincial tax. Free interprovincial tax. You meaning goods can go from province to province and they're not tariff or taxed? I don't know. I don't know about that. Get off the cocaine, dude. I did 32 years ago, Nick. 32 years. If you think I'm a little wired for sound now, you should have seen me 32 years ago. Hey, working is fun, buddy. It's just the problem is sometimes you know when you don't have no papers and none of that you know to try to work different countries, but working is fun. Mario, I'm not going to sit there and say working is fun. If you're one of those people that's fortunate to be working in an area or working at a job that you love to do and you're passionate about it, then yeah, it doesn't seem like work. It's enjoyable and you're making a wage doing it. Unfortunately today, there's people that go to university, go to college, and I have a couple of kids that are in this base, college and university educated, and they can't get a fucking job in the field, and now they're sitting there trying to pay off student debt, student loans, because they can't even get a fucking job in that field. It's ridiculous. Ronald McDonald, how are you, man? We're doing all right. I worked at a music store and have to rely on products with parts from China. Well, Love Supreme. There's pretty much nothing that you can look at these days that does not have somewhere stamped on it, made in China. And that includes vegetables, right? I have kids. You feel bad for them? Oh, don't feel bad for them. Bollocks. You shouldn't vote, but spoil your ballot by writing, I do not consent. We are governed by consent. Voting is consent for the clowns to carry on the show. Okay, Robin, so if you're gonna kill your ballot, does that give you the right to complain about the politicians? Because if you would have voted for, let's say, let's just use Carney in Canada. If you voted for Pierre Poilievre, right, and Poilievre won, would you be happy about that? Robert, you and I have discussed this at length many a time, right? You don't pick the politician you like the most. You pick the politician you dislike the least. And that's the way it works. Every politician at some time or another is crooked, has got skeletons in their closet, everything. Everything. They're going to lie. They're going to whatever. Okay? At some point or another. You need to pick the politician that's going to have the least amount of do the least amount of damage to your country. Mike's beast mode. Love that. Usually two sides to the same coin. Exactly. Vote for the lesser of the two evils. Love Supreme, exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? Use your and educate yourselves, right? When it comes to voting, educate yourselves, right? When it came time for the politicians and everything like that, and it became voting time, dig deep, figure out, find out who they are, where they come from, what's their background, how long they've been in politics. Check them all out. What are their platforms? If they've got 20 items listed on their platform and you don't like 3 or 5, okay, well that's 15 that are going to do well, right? That's 15 that are going to do 15 policies that you can work with. Now let's say the other guy's got 20 and he's got 15 that you don't like, but he's got 5 that you do. Start doing the math here. Start looking at it. If 70% of the vote was I do not consent, then their shit is over. But you'll never get that, Robert. Right? Tyke, you'll never see that. You'll never see that. It never happens. There's nothing you can do about that. Absolutely nothing. You would like to say, "Oh, come on, people, let's rally together." Right? Let's rally together. We can do this. And you 70%, you might get 30. If you're lucky. You might get 30. So go ahead and try it. If you fucking try it and you're successful with it, I will tip my hat to you and I'll jump on board on the next election to see how that goes. I will jump on board with you. But for now, I'm more comfortable with voting for my politician or for the politician or the party that I think is going to do the least amount of fucking damage and cause the least amount of wreckage to the country. What's my thoughts on immigrants? We already talked about that rabbit hole. Unfortunately, and fortunately, I guess, it's a necessary thing in Canada and the U.S. You don't have in the U.S. and Canada doesn't have the population to sustain the workforce that needs to happen. You don't have it, so you rely on immigration to come in and pick up the slack. But when they flood the fucking countries with immigrants, well, that's going backwards. You're taking 1 step forward and 3 steps back. So this is the mentality of our population, to troll for attention. Guess someone's got the bottle and not the tit. You know what? Let Anthony go. He's just being a nuisance. All he's doing is entertaining himself. Let him entertain himself. You know what, man? It's as long as he's in there doing shit, my algorithm is just pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. Thanks, Anthony. I'll take the view. And every time you jump to a new channel, that's a new view. I'll take it. You're awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. I have dual citizenship. Luckily, I'm American, but really don't want to go back. It's a corrupt shithole anyway. Christian, I have several friends of mine that have dual Canadian and U.S. citizen, and all 3 of them live in Canada. Right? They don't want to be in the U.S. They can, if they want. They could simply pick up and boop, over to the U.S. if they wanted to, and they've chosen to stay in Canada. Addison Myers says hi a couple of times. We had 40% not vote here last election. Now, if they all had voted, I do not consent, it won't take much to reach the majority. Okay, Robert, so what's the plan? Somebody has to put something. What's the plan to get all those people that didn't vote to vote? And that's the problem we got in Canada, right? It's a very high percentage. I don't know if ours is 40%, but still, it's a very high percentage of people that did not vote. Those ballots are basically wasted, right? Wasted. If you could get them to vote, I'm pretty sure our political situation, or our political parties, the political party that's in power right now would not be here, right? Really. 21, good to see you again. Good to see you. Anthony is washed again. Love Supreme, it's literally a child. It is. It really is. My algorithm is bad. You know what? It doesn't matter whether your algorithm is good or bad as long as it's being pushed. Keep going, brother. You're killing it. You're killing it. At the end of the live, when I get the notice of how many views and how many people were in and the time and the length of time, every time you switch accounts, thank you. You're killing it for me. Thanks, man. David, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Is Canada using the popular vote or the electoral vote? I think it's electoral. We need to teach the guy CB trolling. I've got no panties on. There you go. There you go. You got 100 plus accounts. Anthony, use them all. Bring them all, man. I will take 100 more views. Thank you very much. You're killing it. Also done 10 years underground coal mining to also talk about. That is a job that I would not wish on anybody. I mean, like really, Mario, if it was one, sorry, not Mario, Dilzilla, if it was one of those jobs where I was unemployed and I needed a job and I had to do it, I would definitely do it. But is it a job that I would actively go out and find, right? No, it's not something I would want to do. I don't know anybody personally that's done it until you came along. But I know the result and the lifespan and the career longevity of doing jobs like that. Fuck, man, you better make all your money up front, brother, because you're not going to live long to fucking spend it. No, that's not what I'm saying, Willis. They're getting deleted. But if he's got 100 plus accounts, what? Every time a new one comes in, it gets deleted. If a new one comes in, it gets deleted. It's just frustration, that's all. I heard subbing with different alternative accounts negatively impacts your account. Who knows? Anthony is washed. There you go. There is absolutely zero room for racism anywhere in my channel, on anybody else's channel, or in the world around you. So if that's what you're thinking, you're in the wrong place. You obviously have never been here before. Never been here before. Okay? On this channel here, I don't care if you're black, white, Asian, fuck it. I don't give a shit about the color of your skin. I don't care about your religion. I don't care about where you from, your gender, what you identify. I don't care. Come in. Sit down. Relax. Light a smoke. Have a beer. Fuck whatever you got. Don't put dick pics on your voting paper, though. I did that last time and he got voted in. That's actually funny, actually. That's funny, actually. I have Swiss citizenship. Now, Christian, what does that entitle you to? If you're a Swiss citizen, are you living in Canada? Are you living in the US, but you've got dual? What does that entitle you to? Not racist, but if you don't think the majority of the world is, you're naive. Oh, believe me, I'm not naive. Richard, I'm not naive a single bit. I know what's out there. I know what's out there. Okay? I've seen it within my own family. In my family, we've got Indian, black, trans, gender fluids. We've got it all in our family. So believe me, I know what's out there. And I see how they are treated and how some of the struggles that they go through. So if I see that and how would I be able to sit here and tell you, yeah, fuck that, no blacks. The N-word is good. Keep throwing it up. I love it. What the fuck's the matter with anybody? There's no room for it. There's no need for it. If you're in here right now and you're typing that word, all you're doing is showing your character. That's all you're doing, okay? Character is what makes you up as a man or a woman. What is your character, right? And all you can do is either build on your character or you can have poor character. You're a poor man, you're an excuse for a man, and that's what you are if you got poor character. And if you're sitting in here and all you're doing is writing N-I-G-G, if that's what you're doing, you know what? All you're doing is showing the world what a poor character you are. You have no character. You have nothing. You're less than. You're less than all of us. We're up here and you're down here. And all you're doing is spamming and putting shit in here just to see yourself. So if that's all you're doing, knock yourself out. If it's making you feel good, whatever. Because that's all you've got to make yourself feel good. I don't need to look down on minorities or any of that kind of shit. I don't need to look down on any of them to make myself feel good. You want to feel good? When you see somebody else struggling, fucking help them. That's how you feel good. Help them up. I won't give you a hand out, but I'll give you a hand up, right? That's how you fucking feel good. Doing shit like what we're doing here, what's going on here, this is bullshit. All you're doing is showing poor character and poor judgment as a person and as a man in life. And chances are you're about fucking 15 years old sitting in your Spider-Man underoos in your mom's basement. Simple as that. The Fortnite. Henry, good to see you, man. Damn good to see you, Henry. He's just lonely and needs a hug. Yeah. You know? Lonely and needs a hug, fucking trucking. I wouldn't even say that. I think, you know, we should, I think parents these days should resort back to when my parents were, you know, when you get out of line, you know, the old man takes you out back behind the barn and he fucking paddles your ass until you can't fucking sit the fuck down. I got no, nowadays, even saying that you'll have a fucking, some children's group or some fucking, you know, spamming you. Somebody that's passive aggressive is sick. If you're being bullied by people that are passive aggressive, it's easy just to walk away from that. If somebody's being passive aggressive and you just ignore it and walk away, it hurts them more than it hurts you because they don't know what to do next. Rob T, life is good. It's doing all right, man. It's doing all right. Coyote Ringo, brown and proud. There you go. I got no qualms with that. Wherever you're from, you're welcome to put whatever country you're from. Throw your flag. I don't care. Put it up there, man. You're welcome. For the most part, I'd even like to say that, you know, this channel here, you're safe. There's some bullshit going on right now, but whatever. Good morning. Hope you have a blessed day. Back at you, Ricky. Thank you very much. I'll take that. Exactly, no. That's how it works. Next one, Anthony, will be a kick in the nuts. Yeah. That's how I was, Dave. That's how a lot of us were raised, right? That's how a lot of us were raised. And it didn't fuck any of us up, right? It didn't fuck up any of us. You know, if anything, we grew up a little harder, right? If anything, it would toughen you up. And it would set fucking boundaries. You knew, don't do this again, or you were going to take an ass ripping, right? Fucking trucking. Hey, I love having you here. Thanks, man. Just functional training, fitness. What does it matter? What does it matter what they are or where they're from? Does it affect your life? Are they in your bedroom? Are they in your home? They're in your head. But what difference does it make if you're gay, if you're fucking... Who cares? It's 2025, people. Fucking wake up. I'm living in Switzerland. Swiss citizenship entitles me to everything in Switzerland. I left the USA 24 years ago. Went back for a year. Felt like a fish out of water. Dude, I hear you. I fucking hear you. What's up? Good to see you, Bull. Been waiting for you, brother. I got to shut this down in about 20 minutes. So glad you got in before we killed her here. Twinks or drinks, both are a thing. Hey, if you like drinks from the US or from the UK, Love from India. Thank you very much. Back at you. Derek Chauvin is an American hero, and I always be welcome in my home for a warm meal. I don't know who that is, so. Love from Pakistan. Exactly. Come on in. I'm still in the 20th century. Well, I'm trying to catch up, Tyrannus. I really am. I really am. I'm doing my best to keep up with what's going on. But God damn it, man. I don't know about you, but every fucking time you turn around, right? Every single time you turn around, there's something new, right? I can't keep up with the genders and identification. I stopped after fucking that many, right? I can't. I just can't keep up. I will recognize it if that's what you want, and that's what you want. I'll recognize it, but I can't keep up with it. There's so many. We got some moisture in Colorado. Look, and I'm ready for a beer. Rob, you go get it, son. You go get it. We've got some moisture here. We got this. No fucking sunshine today. Look at this. We are overcast and it's pissing down fucking. Well, the rain kind of died off. It was raining, but right now it's windy as hell. The cars are rocking. Greetings from South Africa. Back at you, baby. Gas. Good to see you, man. I like Iraqi girls. Well, man, I like girls, you know? I like girls. There you go. No, that's very true. I agree with that 100%. If somebody's spreading hate or you're pushing hate, anything, whether it be against a minority of any sort, it's because there's something in you that's wrong, right? You're doing it to make yourself feel better or to boost your own self. That's the only reason for that. No beer for you. Cheers. You're on the Bacardi. Oh, you're on the Bacardi diet. That's a good diet. That's a good diet. Hi from Serbia. G-Spot Edits. Nice name. Man, I would fucking trademark that motherfucker right there, buddy. G-Spot Edits. Like that. Haraj, how you doing? Ball Guy, good to see you, brother. Dude, you got in right at the last minute, bud. Like I said, we're just getting ready to wind this down. I've got an appointment at 10 o'clock, so I'm 20 to 10 right now, and it's only about a 3-minute drive from where I got to go. So we'll be shutting this down probably in about 15 minutes or so. Good to see you, Ryan, Car Wash Guy. Damn good to see you, man. Hopefully you are busy. Busy is good for you. God bless America. How about God help America right now? Right? And Canada. Bacardi After Dark with Zara killing it. Kiri. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it sounds delicious. Dark and stormy Bermuda rum and ginger beer. Ginger beer? Could never drink it. Could never fucking drink it. Absolutely disgusting ginger beer. I don't know how anybody drinks that shit. But I can drink ginger ale. I love ginger ale, but ginger beer? To me, that's alcohol abuse. Right? To me, that's alcohol abuse. You're abusing the alcohol by adding the ginger to it. I love Zara. I don't know what Zara is. What is it? Is it it's an alcohol of some sort? The doctor's going to check the back door today. Eee. Take some wipes with you. Take some wipes with you. Hopefully he's got small fingers. You don't want to walk into your doctor and be getting that fucking exam done and he's got fucking great big sausage fingers, right? No thanks. Zara is a woman's name. Oh, there we go. Little Leaf, Grandpa. I am a grandpa. Thank you very much. I've got a little 2.5-year-old granddaughter. I got 6 fucking daughters. Do you think I could get a grandson? Knob Creek Rye makes a great Manhattan. There you go. There you go. The first fart after your colonoscopy will be the biggest you've ever had. Ask me how I know. I can tell you. I know how that feels. I know how that feels. But tell me, Tyrannus, honestly, you did have a slight smile as he was going in, didn't you? Didn't you? She's she's a streamer with the most beautiful eyes. She is Middle Eastern from Canada. Okay. Nothing wrong with a beautiful woman. Love Supreme Zara is a baddie, isn't she? Girl is an earth goddess. What are you guys off in fucking dreamland now? The doctor goes deeper and uses you as a hand puppet. That's what it feels like, right? Best 20-minute nap during colonoscopy. Dude, I wasn't fucking napping. I wasn't napping. Let me fucking tell you. Yet, well, you got lucky, buddy. You got lucky. You got lucky with an Asian lady with an Asian lady doctor with tiny fingers. I didn't. I had my doctor is a woman as well, but she's from Israel. She's an Israeli, fantastic doctor. But she had sausages, right? One finger felt like three. It was like, oh my God. It was off the hook. Why you cuss so much? Why you asking? Maybe your doctor has King Kong fingers. Mine did. Mine did. Do me a favor. We got 80 in the house, 66 likes. Just tap the like button a few more times for me, would you? Thank you all. Needed the laugh today. There you go. Hey, you're guaranteed to get something. Fucking trucking, I don't know what you get out of these, but you're guaranteed to get something, right? Oh, yes, to be poked and prodded. I don't know if you're going, oh, yes. I've had it done twice, and neither time was I sitting on the edge of my bed waiting for the clock so I could run over and get it done, you know? When does the beer... June 5th. We set the date the other day. Sorry, you know what? I totally fucking forgot about that. I should have announced it. It will be announced. Yeah, June 5th. We set the date for June 5th. So grow them. Get them growing. Because it's a live chat, and that's why I'm asking, Grant. Well, Ronnie, take a pill of free. July 5th. July 5th. What did I say? June 5th? July 5th. July. My apologies. Fuck yeah. June 5th would have been like 2 weeks from now. Sorry about that. My apologies. I deserved a happy ending with the copay I was on the hook for after the insurance. Yeah, well, after she was done, I was kind of doing the, hey, like, come here. You're not finished yet. Set this up, please. Like, take care of this. You know, if you're gonna be happy, at least go out the door happy. The 5th until when? No, it's the actual day. The beard shave is July 5th. That's the actual day. We're gonna go live and we're gonna do the event like we did last year. So that's the 5th of July. We'll start amping it up shortly and doing our, we're gonna be pushing it out, letting you guys know, just like last year, reaching out to all the other channels for some support and everything like that. So just so you know, I think I've told you guys before, but the Forgotten Angels are going to get our money again this year. What was last year's? $12,800. Car wash guy, $12,800 was what we raised last year in 5 hours. We did that in 5 hours. We had 12 guys shave various parts of their body. So yeah, it was pretty good. Greg, you out of here, man? Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Can old women join in on the shave? I don't give a fuck who's shaving. It's, it's got to be from here to here. You're not, we're not doing, you're not coming out and shaving your bush. But, you know what? Hey, anybody wants to shave. Buck Brown last year shaved, and Humberto both shaved their head last year. David Edwards did his beard and then did his eyebrows. I think he got another extra couple. They donated another couple $100 if you don't do his eyebrows. I did the beard. Robert Tyke Truckin', he did his beard. So yeah, we had a really good. Everybody was fucking was shaving last year. We had a good combination of what got shaved. My mom said she would shave. She has a good beard going. Hey, you know what, Ryan? Bring her on. Bring her on. Ronald McDonald, you're not going to do nothing, really. Dude, this will be the 3rd year we've done it. We've done it 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row we've done this. Hopefully this year we're going to double up on the money. I'd like to, the first year we did it, we raised $6,200. Last year we raised 12,800 or 12,600, and this year I'd like to double that up. So, hey, it's for a good cause. It's for a fantastic cause. You can't go wrong. Really. I asked my dog to shave, and she looked at me like it's crazy something. I bet an OnlyFans bush shave would bring in a ton of cash. I never even thought of that. I never even thought of that. It's nowhere on, besides Tyke, that's nowhere, that's not a road I'm wanting to walk down. Barack Obama swallows. Well, have you seen Michelle? Maybe he does. Maybe, I'm just saying, maybe he does. You never know. You just never know. I'll do a back sack and crack for charity. No. We want people to watch, not fucking turn it off. Right? I couldn't even watch that myself, bog-eyed. I've seen a lot of gruesome shit in the world, but I'm not watching you shave your back or your crack. Or your sack. I'm not watching any of it. Not today. We got till this cigarette's done, and then I got a book. We got till this cigarette's done, then I got a book. I got about a half a coffee here as well, so. I'll watch if Craigie gets waxed. I tell you what, if Craigie is willing to sit there and get his back waxed, right? Have his old lady wax his back and then rip those fucking strips off. I'll give him as much time as he wants. Right? I'll give him as much time as he wants. He can have a fucking full hour if that's what it takes. I will watch that just to watch him whimper or listen to him whimper and cry. I promise you, Tyke, he'll be squealing like a little schoolgirl. Okay, I'll hold you to it. Crag Rat, I will hold you to that, man. Dude, if you're crazy enough to do it, if you're absolutely crazy enough to do it, fire off on all fucking 12 cylinders. I want to see it. I'll give you as much time as it takes for your old lady to slather your back in wax and start ripping those fucking patches off. And I promise you, I will laugh the entire time, okay? I will laugh the entire time. Yeah, exactly, Bull. Oh my. But tell me, hey, Bull, to watch a full-grown man with a hairy back get waxed, you will watch that, won't you? You will watch it. I know you will. I will. I just want to see the first time she goes rip and his fucking eyeballs come out of his head, his face turns red, and his face turns beet red like a tomato. You've done it before. Ugh. Ugh. Dude, we're not doing any of that. I would rather shave over wax. Daryl, I agree. Give me a razor over wax. I've had a little patch waxed just to see what was happening with that. And never again will I ever fucking allow anybody to fucking put hot wax on me and rip it off. You waxed your daughter's back. That's wrong at every level. That's wrong at every level. What are you doing waxing your daughter? Maybe your wife, right? But why are you waxing your daughter at any level? I'm not waxing myself, but I will watch Cragrat get waxed. If he does an entire back from shoulder to shoulder and hip all the way down and hip to hip, I'll watch that all day fucking long. I will. And I'll be taking screenshots and recording it because I'll be making shorts out of it till I'm fucking blue in the face. I really will. There will be shorts hitting the YouTube fucking stream that you've never seen of Cragrat fucking crying and squealing. Do I want 100 pound? You put 100 pound in there, sure, I'll take it. It's going to get donated. I won't keep it. It gets donated to the Forgotten Angels, but, you know, if you want to throw it in, it's going to a good cause. She asked, it was fun. She tried to wax my eyebrows. I said, hell no, fuck that. The fuck that's a pound, sterling pound. Scream for 50 bucks. You put the 50 bucks in first. Let's see the $50. I did it years ago for testicular cancer, raised 1,500 bucks. Well, I'll tell you what, man, you better raise more than 1,500 bucks if you're getting your back, sack, and crack done. I weigh 150 pounds. Dude, I took a dump this morning bigger than 150 pounds. I burned my old girlfriend's ring piece trying to give her a Brazilian wax. Oh, that fucking hurts. That fucking hurts. Did you take a shot to the face when you were done? I hope you did. I hope she did. I hope she fucking nailed you one good. You'll send me I don't know if I want to see the pictures. Actually, yeah, I do want to see them. If you've got pictures of that getting done, I want to see it. My sister is having a baby. I can't wait to be a father. You from Kentucky? You from Kentucky, maybe? Arkansas? That part of the country down there? Rob T's going, woo woo. All right, here we go. Oh, man. Good day. Good day. I thought you were leaving. You said you were leaving because I wouldn't scream. 150 pound shit. Well, it happens, you know. McDonald's will do that to you. A double quarter pounder of fries and a Coke. That's a bad day on the toilet. I took a bottle of Jack to numb the pain. Yeah, you didn't drink it. You used it medicinally, right? You took it. It's like taking 2 aspirin or a couple of Tylenol. Alabama in the house with that comment. There you go. Had to be from somewhere down there. Well, let me ask you, from Alabama, if a husband and wife get divorced, are they still brother and sister? Just asking. Bad day to be a toilet. Yeah, it was. Thank God we've got super suction on our toilets out here. Pray for my marriage and for my girlfriend and my sister who is having my baby. There you go. Is it better to raise a family in Canada compared to California? Victor, I wouldn't know what it's like to raise a family in California. I've raised my family in Canada, so all I can do is give you that, but I can't give you the fucking California. I think I'd rather raise my family in Canada than California. I'd like to think, but I had some Greek food that took 4 days to get out of me. That hurt. I'm like that with on pizza night, right? If you got too much cheese, that bungs you up pretty good. Bungs you up pretty fucking good. I'm from Northern California. It's not optimal. Well, like I said, I can't say truly whether it's good to live in California or not. I know that it's the Democrats, it's funny, the Democrats are in power, but most of the people are Republican, right? Because the Democrats won the cities, and the cities is where the major population for voting is. Fuck off, bull. Alberta, Saskatchewan equal 51st state. Not happening. If somebody has to have all their hair ripped off, of it to be interested. Maybe they aren't actually interested in it. That's a good point, Ghost. We're doing beard shaving. Whatever else you guys decide to shave, that's entirely on you. That's entirely on you. Jeff Epstein, Lolita Express. There you go. Whatever you think. You're going to make your beard yellow from smoking. I don't know. I've been smoking cigars for over 30 years and it's still white. Goddamn Texas went to $3.09 a gallon on gas. What was it at? Dude, if I pulled into Texas right now and gas was $3.09, I'd be filling up my car, my tires. I'd be drinking it to piss out later. Jesus. Pizza sauce gives me the shits. Well, for me, it's the pizza sauce doesn't do anything for me. But if you eat too much cheese, I don't know what it is about my system. I get cheese into me. It's like, after about 3 days, I'm about bloated like that, right? And then I'll sit on the toilet and blink. Gas is $3.59, $3.79 in our area. Yeah, well, if you take the $3.79, convert that to Canadian, and then convert it to liters, it's probably close to about $5. Or at least $4 something. It's $4.50 or something like that. It's fucking ridiculous up here for gas and diesel. Robert, I'll get Susie. You filmed it, and we get drunk at a biker rally and do it. You go right ahead. Okay, there are freeways from Cali, $4.99 there, $4.99 a gallon. Jesus Christ. Fuck, man. I am not on the electric car thing. I do not fucking do anything. But how the hell do you afford to drive a car? Like a combustion engine vehicle? Gasoline in Georgia is $2.49. Like that's to me, that's like winning the lottery. If I'm rolling my transport through Georgia and I see $2.49, even if I just filled it up fucking 60 miles ago, I'm topping it. $4.50 a gallon. Victor, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Anyway, you know what, guys? I do. It's 10 o'clock. I got a book. I got to get over somewhere and take care of something. Put a T on the comm card. Put it on the comm card. Yeah, you got to pay for it somewhere down the road. The older we get, the more lactose intolerant we get. Yeah, that's the shame about getting old. Eggs finally went down here 60 cents of eggs was 21 to 24 bucks depending on the store. It's now 16 or so. Holy fuck, a 60 carton. I think we pay $7.50 or say $8 for an 18. That's and we complain about that. Okay, I won't tell you that, Tank. Gas price doesn't matter on a motorcycle wheel burner. It does. It does, depending on how much you're trucking and how much you're riding. It does. Anyway, guys, I do have to go. Tank, you jumped in at the last minute, man, but I appreciate your you jumping in here. Tank's a good old Alberta boy himself, owner operator. Got a great channel. Go check out Tank and his channel. Fuck, I just do a blank there. It's Tank Kelly Trucking. Definitely go check that out. Flatbedder, owner operator, hardworking dude, got good content. Yeah, definitely go check out Tank Trucking. Anyway, with that, I'll leave on that note. Tyke, good to see you. Tyrannus, thanks for being here. Of course, everybody else and your comments. Ghost, great to see you. Thanks, man. I gotta go. Got things to do. We'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy. Be good.